What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And yes, what you're looking at right there is Tom Brady. No, I haven't raid sold Michael Vick yet, but he's about to get raid sold. Let me just explain to you guys exactly what's going on, what makes Tom Brady the best quarterback in my opinion right now for somebody like myself who likes to run the ball a lot and, you know, will periodically pass when it's necessary when you give me that opening. This guy has some very, very good abilities. Now, he's as slow as Gary the Snail from SpongeBob. We're not looking at Tom Brady for speed, nor have we ever done that. What I can tell you, though, is he's a much more enhanced Troy Aikman. That's pretty much what he is. So ideally, what you're going to get from him is precise passing right where you want the ball. That includes inside lead passes, outside lead, and straight ahead passing. Okay, so if you're looking for a quarterback that's going to give you that, it's definitely something that you should look at with Tom Brady. All right, now, if you just want to run around and do whatever, escape artists, all the other good stuff, Deshaun Watson, Michael Vick, these guys, Lamar Jackson, those are excellent choices. But for me, I'm more of a pocket passer style guy, and that's the way I've always been in any Madden where it was more fair to actually throw the ball. This year, obviously, like I said, I really run the ball every single chance I get, and I don't care because that's pretty much what I've been forced to do. So we got to put them together. I want to go over some things though, because one of the things that some of you guys were really curious about is that 92 overall. Using a 92 overall power-up pass, because what EA Sports did was they made him one of those turkey stuffer guys from the Harvest promo. So that 92 overall, you actually have to make that card. And I made it live on stream. Shout out to you guys that were there with me during Twitch. And we got to put them together. We made it. We did the turkey stuffers. You need 4 main courses. You need 4 side dishes. And then you have to get the card and then just power the card up using those things. So those 92s are not auctionable. That goes into the players that can be made through the Harvest promo. Okay, so you will not be able to get that 92 inside his power-up unless you make it or you use a power-up pass. Okay, so all of the 8 turkey stuffers, I think it's him, OBJ, all those other guys, whatever. If you want any of those players, you will have to come back to this promo and then make it. The good news is it cost us about 120k coins to make him because we've just paid like straight up for the exchange set for the heavier main courses. We just paid for the 86 to 89s, and you need 4 of those to make the stuffing, turkey, the yams, and the gravy. So when you make that set, it's going to cost you about 120. You should have enough in your binder to make the Gold Harvest players if that's something that you want to do for any of the players that are part of the Harvest promo. All right, so now that that's all said and done with everything that went into his set, we're going to go over some of the other things as we raid sell Michael Vick. Michael Vick was just never something that I just knew it wouldn't work out. Many of you guys knew it wouldn't work out either, but it is what it is. The dude's garbage. We're going to go ahead and raid sell him finally, just get rid of him. I can't do it anymore. Regardless of what, anybody tells you, if you're not willing to do a lot of these ridiculous things, let me just take all this stuff back individually real quick. Let me just refund these abilities so that way I don't have to worry about it. They usually just give it to you, but I just want to make sure I'm getting everything from them. I don't want to have any mishaps with my training. You never know what's going to go down, so let me just make sure I'm getting all that. I know I'll get the ×2 from the physical chem, but I just want to make sure I get all of these individually. All right, good. So pretty much what happens is since Madden 25, I've never Vick has never been what we maybe in 15. I don't know. Like I said, 25 is when he was just like, you saw this guy and you knew you were in for it. Like you just knew you were in for it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it was. Now, ideally with everything else that's going on, I know you guys just saw we're getting a 91 to 92 overall power-up pass back. So if we wanted to, we could go ahead and quick sell the card that we made for the 92 for Brady. But remember, it's not an auctionable card. Just keep that in mind. It's not an auctionable card. It is a nat. The value of it is going to vary, so you will have issues with that. I just want to be very clear with that so everybody understands. It is not going to be a situation where I can actually sell that 92 Brady. So for me to go back and put the pass in there, it's not really worth it. Just because I know that some of you guys that are new to MUT may ask, why don't you go ahead and do this, do that? It's a reason why I would not do it. Okay, because I don't want to have to deal with everything else that comes with it as far as downgrading and then paying back and all that stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. So for us, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this guy, and it's probably going to be in our best interest to raid sell him I've had mixed viewpoints about some of you guys that have used Michael Vick. Many of you guys, like I would say, agreed with my assessment of him that he's garbage. But some of you guys are like, yo, bro, I run around with him. He's great. All that good stuff. That is fine. If the card works for you, it works. That's not what I'm trying to do, make you raid sell him from your team. I'm telling you guys, for me, with the way my style of passing and the style that I want to do, I want to be able to lead past the ball exactly where I want it. And what I realized is a day ago, this dude can't lead pass to anything. So why would I have him when in a critical situation, if a guy is giving me the inside position and I can lead it inside, why would I not take it inside? It just does not make sense to not. You know what I'm saying? So ideally, with everything else that's going on right now, we need to make sure that we're making the best decisions for our team. Now, in a video prior to this, I showed you guys with the 95 overall power up pass, we use it on Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady is 300 and change, right? So if I wanted to just buy his card and just, equally exchange it for Vick and use that pass on somebody else, I know exactly where it is. And if there's a 95 that I actually wanted, I can go ahead and take advantage of that. Bo is a Nat. Eric Dickerson is also a power-up pass, and I think that the other power-up pass is on the 95 overall power-up pass is on Sean Taylor, and our other 94 or whatever is on Ronnie Lott. So with that being said, we don't have a lot of cards that we can get rid of currently to do anything with that. The next time that we're going to have a chance to make some coins probably will be for like Terrell Owens. You know, when we get our 96 overall power-up pass and we could get something for free, that'll probably be the next best thing. So now let's jump into Tom Brady's abilities and let's take a look at some of the things that, he brings to the table. Number one, because the NFL 100 players start off with certain X factors, you should always take advantage of that. That's number one, okay? This is something that's going to let you see the read that you should be throwing to. Now, when I was just experimenting with him, I was actually throwing to other reads that were hot dots for touchdowns, but this actually gives you the most wide open player. If you have stick skills and you can move around a little bit, you'll be able to throw people open. Why? Because he has pass lead elite. Now remember, this was one of the major things that I wanted Troy Aikman for, and I kept going back to Troy Aikman like, yo, I gotta, I'm about to use this guy, Troy Aikman. It was primarily because of this. This is a huge, huge factor. Huge. All right, so let's go over here and let's take a look at his tier 1 abilities. Now, I'm gonna go through, pretty much identifier. I don't really have the time nor the energy to have to utilize this right now just to see where my opponent is, because I would be missing out on other things. In this case, conductor. Conductor, for those of you guys that don't know, once EA took away the ability for us to be able to, just do 1,000 hot routes before we got to the line of scrimmage, it became crazy. Okay, so you have to figure out how you want to do it. Now, with the dead eyes, a lot of you guys were asking about the dead eye. For me, the dead eye is overrated. Because if the quarterback is good, he's going to make those throws no matter what. What would you rather have, though? Conductor, or you want to have, a basic pocket lead, which I'm going to show you in the second tier that we're going to get, the pass lead elite, which is the highest level of it, because it gives you, precision passing from anywhere. Would you rather have any of these things? All right? Lofting dead eye, that's a joke. You know how it just doesn't work? Like when it's like that 350 stuff, like it's just basic stuff. It probably is not something you should be looking at. You're looking at like 800 and stuff like that and starting to go up. Maybe the ability gives you a boost and things of that nature. So you would probably want to look at those things. But for me, looking at it overall, it makes more sense to just go conductor. Getting 2 hot routes set before you even get to the line will throw off your opponent every single time. Especially if you wanted to go with the last ability and change it from what I have to hot route master. That would make it almost impossible because you'll just make a post and a streak and a crazy combination. It's a wrap, all right? So now, conductor I went with. Then we go pass lead elite, all right? Why would I go pass lead elite? Pass lead elite gives you that beautiful feeling of knowing that when you lead pass a ball inside, it's gonna go inside. Now, most of the time, it may not be as deep inside because it depends on like the position of the field, the hash and all that stuff, but you get precision. Like they move it in. So if you're able to click onto your wide receiver, you will be able to make a play on the ball. All right. I noticed a huge difference every time I left Troy Aikman. You know what I'm saying? Like he's my ex, like bro, it's like when you leave your ex, like you miss stuff that they do. Nobody was lead passing anything inside. And when you have the pass lead elite on, it emphasizes the direction to which you throw the ball. Remember when I was telling you when I was raid selling Troy Aikman, I was like, that's one of the most, I'm going to miss that. I'm really going to miss that from him because it's so ideal. Okay, like it's really, really, really ideal to have that. So I went with the pass lead elite because when I do need to pass, most of the time my opponents, which you should know, will be in a stock coverage and not do anything, and it locks up everything on the field. So you have to do what you have to do to be able to manipulate where you can get the ball to. Pass lead elite is beautiful for that. So that's why I chose to go with that. All right, now you can think about it this way. You can get protected and you can get hot route master without pass lead elite, if that's what you think really matters to you. Now, like I told you, pass lead elite, I'm gonna keep working with it. If I choose to not pass the ball a lot, I may end up just going back to protected and hot route master, because low key, being able to make a post route and do whatever you want with your team, it does really, really make you OP. It absolutely does. All right, but this right here, this can win you a game by itself. And I've done it several times. A guy will give you a lot of different things on the field. When they see like it's a Michael Vick, everybody knows that he has no lead pass, so they'll give up the middle, like the dude that picked me off when I lost my game in Weekend League during the live stream. They know that the middle of the field, even though a guy's wide open, you can't give them extra lead if you have those speedy quarterbacks. So it has to go streamlined. So the outside corners always get the speed boost, and they're able to go there and over jump it. Like they'll be able to jump it all the time. And a lot of you guys don't seem to understand the mechanics of Madden has changed. So that speed boost is still in the game from last year. So you have to be very, very aware of that when you're playing a quarterback that's a speed guy. The reason they can run outside the pocket and just throw the ball on the run, and it's like always like, if the guy's on the post is wide open, is because that's the actual functionality of the route. The route is going deep into the inside. So when they throw the ball, it's not being led. The computer knows that it's a post route. But if you have a guy on the streak and you want to lead it inside when he's deep in the field, Vick can't make that throw. It's going to still be thrown straight. So you have to be aware of that. Now, like I said, if it turns out that for whatever reason I want to switch it up and see what's good, I can always go back and do that and just say, you know what? He's already doing it without this ability. Like Troy Aikman would literally throw the ball without the ability sometimes with a very, very good pass lead. But for most part, you would need the pass lead. Protected and hot route master. Let's go to the tier 3 ability. For me, I can't really tell if protected is all that it's like, it's all like pumped up to be. But I will tell you this, in the run game, it appears that the linemen are blocking a lot better. I don't know if it has anything to do with it. I'm not really concerned if you guys don't think that it works, because I'm not saying that it does. What I'm saying is they have been blocking a lot better, and I don't know why. That's all I'm saying. With the run game. The passing game, I got sacked on a crucial play that I had a touchdown on, but I was only blocking 5, and the guy was sending like 55,000. So that makes sense. So I don't know exactly how protected works because I haven't seen my linemen light up yet. They haven't lit up at any time. So I'm still working on it as far as pass goes, but the run game, it's doing something to it because the linemen are just blocking better. Many of us go through that period where we're like, yo, nobody's blocking anybody. That happens often, but with this, it's different. Now, Hot Route Master, it probably wouldn't make much sense for me to use this because most of the routes that I want to run are already in my playbook. So it would be like, I would have to manipulate a couple things. This is good, like if you want to run bunch out of any playbook, and then you can hot route the post, the outs, and all that stuff. But I'm not really on it like that, so I don't really need to do all those extra things. But for me, I have to figure out for myself if protected actually works. If I come to that conclusion that it actually works, then we would go from there and figure out, whatever else is going on. But ideally, I think that it's doing something. I don't know what yet, but it's doing something. So this is where we are right now. Michael Vick is rage sold. We're going to move forward amicably and, to do this cut permanently from the team. And then we'll figure out what happens next. But ideally, I want you guys to understand it is a very, very important thing to know that if you want precision passing, field generals are the way to go. I've been saying it all year. We did an experiment with Vick. It obviously didn't work out. This guy's a more boosted up Troy Aikman. I like what I'm seeing so far. Let me know what you think about it. What do you think about the card? What's going on with it? I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You guys have an unbelievable day. One love, y'all.